Hey YouTube, this is Saurabh. Welcome to part 2 of this series. This is the final render we'll be achieving, and in this video we'll go about how to apply materials, textures, animate, light, and render. Very simple, very quick. First, let's see how to apply materials. Press Z, go to Material Preview, select one of your objects, go into this material option, press New, the material is created. Click on this and just call it something like metal. And when this is done, now whatever color you change, you can see that it affects your model. So I'm just going to make hue and saturation 0. I'm going to give this probably the metallic feel. You can see the metallicness here, so make it full. So this is full metal. And roughness, you can see how it becomes really smooth or really rough, right? So play with these values and you can get this metal appearance on your reference. The second way I texture this is using Decal Machines. Decal Machines is a plugin and it's a pretty expensive one, but if you can get it, it makes your life really simple. So when you have Decal Machine added, you click on your object, press D, and then your Decal Machine opens. So you can go into My Decals, you can create your decals. So for example, I have a Blender logo. Now that this is created, I can scale this, rotate this, let's say 180, and there you go. I literally added a decal on top of my object. That's it. It's literally a plane. So it takes the decal and it creates a plane, you can see, and the texture is actually a transparent PNG applied to it. But Decal Machine literally makes the plane for you, takes the image which you have already created and places it on top of the face you have selected. And that's not all. What you can do is select the object. You can have different type of normal decals as well. So for example, if I wanted this screw here and scale it, now you can see that this decal looks literally like a 3D model screw. Pretty cool. Now that you know how I apply my materials and decals, let's see real texture. For the real texture, what you need to do is select the object, create the material for it. So let's just call this texture and change the color so you understand where it is. Now, what I'm going to do is add another material and call this base. This is where we do not want our texture. Now, what you can do is select the object which has both the materials, go to textures and click this minus. What it does is it removes the texture. Now you can go to edit view, press 3 to select the face, and then just press plus, add the material texture, and then say assign, and there you go. You have that material assigned to that face only, which will be our texture. Now, what you need to do is select the object, select the face, go on top view, wherever you want to see it from, and now open up your UV editor. Select the face, come into the UV editor, press A, and that will select that face in the UV editor. Go to UV, unwrap Smart UV project and say unwrap. And there you go. You literally unwrap your face. Now, if you click on your texture material, go into your shader editor, you can see the principal BSDF. Open up the texture folder of wherever it is on your PC, and drag that image into this, and you can see that it has applied a node to this. Select your principal BSDF, go to your color, remove hue and saturation because that will act upon your texture. Take your color node of your texture node and select the base node of your material, and there you go. Now your texture is literally applied to that face. All you have to do is select the face now, and you can see that you can see it in the UV editor. You can literally scale this however you like and scale it on the X, maybe on the Y, however you like, and there you go. You can literally adjust your texture now. And there you go, guys. I have adjusted my UV however I like onto this texture, and now you can see it on your object. Now, we saw materials, texture, and decals. Let's move on to animation. I'm not an animator, but I'm going to keep it simple. Select your object and go into its objects, properties, and you can see that everything is 0 and the scale is 1, which is perfect. Now, we want to spin this dial on the Z axis. If you go into rotation Z, you can see that it spins on the Z axis and it looks good. If I come to my timeline, go to frame 1 or 0, there you go, and click on this small key right next to that frame. What it does is at frame 1, lock in the Z rotation as 0. you can see that it's 0 there. Now, if I move this to 30 and select this and put this to 360, which is one full rotation, and then click the key again, now Blender says at frame 30, the angle of this is 360. So it has spun once. That's why you can't see any difference. But if you go all the way back and press play, that's it. Look at that. It spins 360. And this is smooth in and smooth out. That's why it starts slow, speeds up, and then ends slow, right? And you can see that graph by extending this, going here, selecting your graph editor, and actually zooming it out. And there you go. You can see the motion. So smooth in and smooth out. But if you don't want that and you just want it to be very constant, you can select your both keyframes, press T on the keyboard and say linear. Now you can see that it's straight. So if you go back and now press space, now you do not have that slow movement. It's linear, right? So it's really crisp. 360. And that way, I just showed you one rotation, but you can make it go up and down, right and left, play with the dial, maybe go back a turn and then reverse turn it, and do all sorts of stuff. Now that animation is done, let me just show you how I add my lights. It's pretty simple. Shift A, go into lights and then area light. I'm just going to go to wireframe mode and then increase the size of the light. Go to the side view, press G to move it, R to rotate it, and you can see I have one main light on my object, just like that. And I can move it around, play around, rotate it however I want. And you can see my rendered view on the left side. If I click on the light property here, I can go into properties and then just bump this up, and there you go. I have light on my object. So I don't just use one, but I use multiple, and I rotate it from multiple angles, right? So it gives me lighting from different angles and it makes it look beautiful. One more important thing is obviously we need to add a floor. So let's Shift C to center our cursor and then Shift A, go to mesh, plane, scale that, and you can see that we have just given it a floor. Just zoom it and put the floor right below the object. You can even snap it. So let me just snap that. There you go. And now you have a floor. So once you have your floor and your lighting is set up, it's pretty much done. You're just going to render image, and there you go. Let your PC do the job, and there you have it. You have a beautiful render of your object, right? These were all the basics I showed you. I'm just going to use them and give them different materials, take my time on actually adding decals and all the materials. And this is how the final product looks. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed. Just look at my object and break everything down one by one. And then you'll soon realize that, yup, it is really simple. Every different color you see is just a different material. Every decal you see has been done by Decal Machine. Every animation you see is just the simple up and down animation. The lighting and the render is literally how I showed you. So without taking much of your time, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep it small, but I wanted to show you just an overall process of how I get my things textured and rendered. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you and bye-bye.